Meredith, is this yours?
Yes.
How are you, Meredith?
Fine.
Can I get a microphone for Meredith? Or can you speak right up for me, Meredith, so we can hear you? You try. Okay. So you've got this piece. What made you buy this piece at the thrift store?
Well, actually, we were in Goodwill.
Goodwill, so I'm going to call that the thrift store.
In Galveston.
In Galveston.
2 days ago.
So Galveston's nice.
Galveston's nice.
Okay.
And we always look for our $1 million picture that we see on Antique Roadshow.
So you look for the $1 million picture.
Right.
Okay. What do you look for?
Different.
Something different, unusual. So you don't look to the back.
More than usual.
You don't look at a signature. You don't look at brushstrokes.
Different.
Just different. Different to your eye.
Right.
So you're both looking for the same thing.
Yes.
Well, you found each other, so I bet your eye is similar. Don't you think?
They are.
Right?
Yes.
You don't really look alike. Some of those people look like their dogs after years of being married. You know how that is? You kind of still have your own look. All right. So Meredith, what's your husband's name? Why are you laughing at me? I'm like this all day, every day, David. All day, every day. All right. So you didn't look at the back, huh?
No.
Why didn't you look at the back?
I don't know.
The back is going to tell you everything. The back is going to tell you everything, right? Everything it's going to tell you. How old is your painting?
Pardon?
Don't go chatting now, David. I'm talking to you. This is why you waited all morning to get to me. All right. So what do you see from the back? When you look at the back, what do you see?
Staples new.
Staples new. How new?
Relatively new.
What does relatively mean? My mother's 93. She thinks I'm young. My niece is 23. She doesn't. Age is relative. What does it mean to be relatively new?
15 or less.
15 years or less? So this is 2019 minus 15. I'm at 2004. You think this was made in 2004? You think the staples are from 2004? Go back, David. This is why you're not an appraiser. Keep going. I want you to go back a little bit, right? But when you say new, I would say anytime between 1955 to the present. Now I just got rid of all the 19th century, all the 1800s, and all the first part before World War II, basically, right? Okay. So that's the first thing. If you see staples, it probably was stapled onto this canvas sometime, right, after 1955, give or take, right? Okay. So we've got between 1955 and when did you buy the piece? Last week?
4 days.
Okay, 4 days ago, and you brought it right here to me. That is what you all need to do. Buy something at a thrift store, bring it directly to me. You can send a photo, you can do a video chat, you can bring it to an event. I make it easy. Okay, so you've got this. What I also want you to look at is I want you to look at the color of the canvas. Do you see how light this is? Right? Think of age spots, right? Dark, age spots older on our hands, on our face, right? Lighter is younger. Okay. The canvas is light. It has not had time to age. All right, now, do you see this? What's that thing called? Do you know what this is called, this wood? That's a stretcher bar. Exactly, that's a stretcher bar. Stretcher bars are what actually the canvas is stretched around, right? And then staple, 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 or nail, nail, nail. If these were nails, it would be younger, it would be older. If these were nails, it would be older. Okay, so you've got the stretcher bars. Are these American stretcher bars or are these European stretcher bars? Are these Asian stretcher bars? Where are the stretcher bars from? Do any of you know?
Maybe Asia.
Maybe Asia. Where? Asia's big, you know. Is it Russia? Is it, Bali? Is it China? Where? David thinks it's from Asia.
Maybe China.
Maybe China. That's American. These are American stretcher bars. Again, to prove you why David should not be an appraiser. That's two. No, but he's good because he's trying. That's what I like. I like trying. You don't have to get to the right answer immediately. I'm going to help you get to the right answer. But keep trying. Now, is it acrylic? Is it oil? From the back, we learned how old it probably is, right? And we've confirmed that age with how new these materials are. We also know it probably was at least stretched in America. It could be painted somewhere else, rolled up and sent to America and then stretched here. But odds are you're going to have a piece that was actually made in America too. That's all from the back. You didn't even look at the front yet. You didn't even know it was different, unusual, or any of that. All right. Now, let's talk about this. Let's talk about brushstroke. 3 degrees, blah, 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 a million hoops you got to run through, all those professors, pain in the neck, all of them that they were. Here's what they had to do. I had to sit in a room, 250 images every semester, and they would flash images and flash artwork at me. They would give me a 2 by 2 inch square portion of that work of art. So it might have been Mona Lisa, right? And it might have been just her eye. That's all you get. And you had to know, where is she? She's in the Louvre. When was she painted? 1501 to 1505, who painted her? Leonardo da Vinci. What kind of material is she on? She's oil on panel. How big is she? She's 20 by 24, blah, blah, blah. With just this much. So if I only got Mona Lisa's eye, I have to look at that and say, oh, she's no eyebrows. That eye's Mona Lisa's eye. Because in the early 1500s in Italy, they'd pluck your eyebrows. It was seen as a fashion statement. But you've got to know that. So when I look at this, I do this. I don't need anything more than that to identify your painting. To know it's American, to know when it was painted, to know who painted it, at least the school of artists who painted it, and the like. Now, you bring me the whole painting, it's like party time for me. Because it's easier. Because you've got the back, you've got the canvas, you've got the stretch, you've got the whole thing. What type of painting process is this? What's it called? This is called palette knife. This is done with like a butter knife. And they apply this particular pigment. Is it oil? Is it acrylic? Oil or acrylic? Why do you think it's acrylic? How many of you had your nails done this week? I know, I didn't either. If you had your nails done, okay, the one person who had her nails done, I'm going to the spa with you. So, you had your nails done. Are your nails shiny? Are they acrylic? They're acrylic, right? So they're shiny. Is this acrylic? It's the same kind of paint. Does it look shiny or does it look matte? Looks matte, so it's oil. Okay? Easy. If someone wants to teach it to you, it can be easy. If someone has it and wants to give it to you, it can be easy. I want you to get it. I want you to stop giving away this stuff. I want you to stop throwing it out to the dumpster. I want you to stop giving it to the guy who, oh, I'm going to fix your toilet. And now, oh, I like that painting, Mrs. Jones. You don't have to pay me to fix the toilet. Pay him to fix the toilet. You know? Not that they're bad guys, but you've got to realize this could be your inheritance. How much did you pay at the thrift store? $7.99. $7.99. Did you negotiate?
No.
Was it senior day?
No.
Did you get a discount? No, it was $7.99 and that was it. You're laughing. I always ask for a discount. You should too. Be polite and ask. David does, don't you, David? All right. Now, can you see through the light here? Do you see the pinholes?
Yes.
Do you see those?
I see one.
Can you see some?
I see
I
one.
don't know if it's easier to see it this way. If you come this way.
I know there's one.
There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. There's about 20 pinholes here. What does that mean? That means that there's areas, basically, of this particular piece that have deteriorated, that palette knife is basically flaked off. Okay, pretty typical. So, now, this particular piece is signed. We have a signature, right? What do you know about the artist?
His name is Edward. He died in 2012.
His name is Edward Barton. Okay. And he died in 2012.
From England.
Where did you, oh, he's from England? Okay. So you went on the internet. You Googled this name. And you came up with Edward Barton.
Right.
And you saw other paintings that look like this one.
Yes.
And this one is on an American stretcher, but you're saying that this artist is English.
No, he immigrated to the United States.
Emigrated to the United States and worked here. Did he work in Texas?
I don't know.
Okay. Did he work in Arizona? This particular piece is probably made in Arizona in a palette knife style. Now, this woman's nodding her head going, how does she know that? I have no kids. I don't have hobbies. All right, I'm not married. This is all I do. All right, so that's how I know. I keep it all here in the database, and I use it as it comes out. This particular piece is worth about $700. So you paid $7.99, which is pretty darn good. How do you sell and get your money? You need an appraisal, right? Written appraisal for me, which will show you, right, exactly other places where similar pieces have sold. That's how you do it. That also, of course, helps you to say, Dr. Lurie identified it. It really is his work, right? Because just because you got lucky and found him on the internet doesn't mean you're going to find everybody on the internet and doesn't mean they're always correct, right? It's easier that way. Now, would you buy another one of his works?
Yes.
If you did buy another one of his works, would you sell them together or apart? Sell them as a group. You sell them as a group, you add 10% for what's called collection value. All right, but make sure it's by the same artist, make sure it's about the same size, and make sure also that the piece, in fact, is of similar subject matter. This is a landscape. You don't want one as the portrait of a dog. Okay? Similar subject matter to identify. All right? Does that help? Nice job, Mary.